back again with another quick video tutorial. But before you do anything, I need you to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button right now. Yes, go ahead and hit the like button because you're going to like what's coming out of Neilville on today. Also, don't forget to hit the little bell button, that's the notification button, because you do not want to miss what is coming out of Neilville. And you can be the first to get notified when we post up our videos. And so today, guys, we're going to be making a holy cow cake. Yes, you heard me right, holy cow. And for our ingredients, we have a chocolate cake, and you can basically use any chocolate cake that you want. We have our whipped topping, our cream cheese, our sweetened condensed milk, we have our caramel sauce, and we have butterfingers. So sit back, relax, we'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so the first thing we did was we added our cake mix into our bowl. Now you can do your cake mix exactly how it says on the box, but I am changing the directions for mine just a little bit to one, because the cakes are smaller. If you notice, the cake box are like 15 ounces instead of the 18 ounces. And so what I do sometimes is add 6 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and that will give you your regular size cake mix. Also, I'm adding 4 eggs because a normal homemade cake usually calls for 3 extra large eggs. Because I don't have extra large eggs, I added 4 eggs instead of 3. And instead of the water that it calls for, I substituted with milk. And of course, I added my oil. And so it makes the cake a little bit more dense because I want it to hold up to this caramel sauce that I'm going to be putting on the cake. And so now before I turn my mixer on, I like to mix everything together so the cake flour won't fly everywhere and make such a big mess. And so once we mix our cake for about 2 good minutes, you want to make sure you get a spatula during the process of mixing it to make sure you get all the sides down and everything like that. Then I'm using my Baker's Joy. If you have regular spray, that's fine, but this is a 13 by 9 lasagna pan that I'm using, and you'll also see the difference. I'm going to put this cake in the oven for 35 minutes. You'll see the difference of how big this cake is compared to if I just did it the regular way on the box. Now you can, honey, it's your kitchen, do what you want, but I think it's better this way. And so while our cake is in the oven, again, that's 350 for 35 minutes, or follow the directions on the box of whatever cake you choose. And so now we are going to make our caramel condensed milk sauce. And basically you're just going to do a whole can of sweetened condensed milk. And they do have the caramel sweetened condensed milk as well. But hey, I'm just going to go with the regular, how I normally do it. And so then you're going to put in, this is Smucker's caramel. You can use any caramel you want, and you want to use 8 ounces, or that is 1 cup. And so once we pour that in, we're just going to get that mixed up real good, because after the cake come out of the oven, we're going to go ahead and poke the holes in our cake and pour our caramel sauce over it. And also, I do want to say that if you're not following my other page, The Healing Process, I'll put the link in the description for you to follow. And so once you got your caramel sauce mixed, you want to go ahead and do your butterfingers. Now this is 12 miniature butterfingers. I did not have to open the other pack. I had gotten 2 packs, but I only needed 1 pack to make the 2 layers of butterfingers that I needed for the cake. And I just put them in a plastic bag, and I tried to squish them. Some squished easily, but some didn't. So I got out my little mallet and I banged it for a few minutes. And so as you see, y'all, look at the cake. The cake is way more thicker. It's dense, as far as it's still moist, but you get that whole 18 box of 18 ounces of cake that you normally get. And it's going to really hold up with this caramel sauce that we are putting in the holes that we made with our spoon. And honey, you can put as many or as little of these holes that you want. Honey, you can put just a big giant hole in the middle of the cake. It's your kitchen, honey. Do what you want. Wouldn't advise that, but it's your kitchen. And so after you spread the caramel, then you want to take a little bit of your crushed butterfingers, and you want to make a layer on top of that. On top of the cake, you want to get some of that those crumbs into those holes, because as you bite into this cake, you want to taste, some of that candy, that crushed candy within the cake. And so now we're getting ready to make our topping. Now, you could just take whipped cream and slap it on top, but it's not going to give you the consistency to call it a holy cow cake. What this cream cheese does, and we added a teaspoon, and that's one thing I forgot to show y'all, was the vanilla. We added a teaspoon of vanilla, and we went ahead and kind of mixed the vanilla and the cream cheese together. Now, it only calls for 1 8-ounce tube of whipped topping, but I had a half of whipped topping, and I didn't want that to go to waste, so I used a whole one and a half one. Honey, it's my kitchen. I do what I want, okay? And so, but what this cream cheese does is it makes it really thick. It's almost like a cheesecake. Not necessarily, because you can still taste it's more of whipped cream than it is cream cheese, but the consistency of it, and you'll see as I'm mixing it, how thick it is. I even had to hit my mixer for the cream to come down. And so that's why this makes this different than a regular poke cake, because of this whipped topping. It's a very thick whipped topping that it's going to withstand this cake. And so once you got that mixed real good, you want to, and make sure that your cream cheese is at room temperature. And once you got that mixed real good, honey, you're just going to spread that all over your cake. And as you see, like I was saying, it's not like a light fluffy. It made it more thick, which is going to be so delicious, y'all, with this cake and these cookies. Sorry, not cookies, these butterfingers and this caramel. And so we're just getting this spread across. Now, the next step I'm finna do is not called for. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. But I don't believe in wasting anything. And so after I got it spread real good, I took the rest of the caramel, because if you get this 12-ounce jar, you're going to have a half a cup left. And so I just took it and spread it all over this my whipped topping, because I didn't add any cheese, and cream cheese is not sweet, so it's not like it was like super sweet or anything. So it's okay if you wanted to add that the rest of that caramel topping on that cake, that's fine. And then we're going to finish it out by covering it with our butterfingers, the rest of them that we have. We're going to put this in the refrigerator for at least, guys, it needs to be in the fridge for at least 4 hours, preferably overnight. But in my house, I know we can't wait that long. So here's the finished product. We'll be back to cut a slice in the next 4 hours. Okay, guys, so we are back and our cake has completely cooled. I'm going to go ahead and cut a slice so you all can see the finished product. It smells really, really good. This corner piece over here. Look at that. My Lord. Look at that cake. Y'all, that cake fire. Holy cow. Y'all. Y'all, it's so good. It's moist. The cake holds up. The cream is perfect. Oh, and earlier when I was describing it, I said something like, I didn't add cheese, so you can add the caramel. I meant was, I didn't add sugar to the cream cheese. So it's not, that cream is not all that sweet. So it was okay to add the caramel without it being overly sweet. And even with the cake, because I added like the 6 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, the extra egg, I didn't add any extra sugar, so it made the cake not as sweet also as it normally would be. So it's like everything just kind of balanced out. But like I said, honey, it's your kitchen. If you want to follow the directions on the box, there's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead and do that. It'll still be good. But baby, this cake right here. Go and get your bite. Big greedy. Wait till my kids see this. They ain't gonna know how to act. Well, guys, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, throw me out some suggestions. Listen, honey, it's your kitchen. Do what you want. Thank you all much for... I can't even get it out, y'all. Got me over here smacking. Thank you all once again for tuning in. Be blessed.